value of access. When my wife and I purchased our first house in New York a while back, it was an eye-opening experience, and not just because you learn everything that can go wrong with a swimming pool, but more specifically relative to the process. If you were looking at townhouses, single-family detached houses, houses in the suburbs, houses in urban areas, rural areas, there were specialists in each of these verticals or facets. They knew the product, they knew the geography inside and out, but what was often overlooked was they had access to the people that were looking to buy, the people that were looking to sell, to those who provided ancillary services, and not just opportunities that were broadly marketed to the world, but those that were thinking about buying, those that were thinking about the right opportunity. And specifically when selling, they had all of the information of everyone far and wide who could be interested, that was looking for something, and if there was a particular niche or nuance or facet or feature that they were looking for, they knew it. And the more I've seen in business, the more there are many similar analogies. There are businesses obsessed with a certain vertical within software, within the specialty manufacturing of aircraft components, with heavy demolition equipment, with a certain type of business-to-business service, or business-to-consumer service, with food, with ice cream, and anything in between. And that's where the value is. If you want a dashboard software for online agencies, go to the company that eats, breathes, and sleeps that space. If you want a heavy piece of equipment with a particular attachment, go to the company that works and trades in that realm all day. And yes, the value is in the subject matter expertise, but many times equally as important is the access. If you want the access to the buyers of a certain type of product, if you want access to the leasing of a certain type of equipment, if you want the software specific for your industry, looking at our business, we're obsessed and operate entirely within the vertical of family, entrepreneur, and small investment group-owned companies generating $300,000 to $3 million in EBITDA or pre-tax cash flow that are looking to sell their businesses or secure capital. We know the space inside and out. And in addition to that, there's a tremendous amount of value in the access. Goldman Sachs can get you access to decision makers of Fortune 500 companies if your company generates $1 billion or more a year in revenue. At our scale and within our focus, however, not many people have similar access, but we do. I've focused in this space for the entirety of my career, and we have long-standing relationships within the corporate development, investment, acquisition groups within the largest Fortune 100 companies, large private equity firms, all the way down the food chain to off-the-radar smaller holding companies, family offices, and everything in between. Key to an optimal outcome is not just knowing what you have and how to communicate what you have, but to be having access to communicate that message and that opportunity to the right party who will pay it the right attention and will be responsive. A lesson well learned years ago in buying a home, but equally applicable today. Work with firms that have subject matter expertise, that know a process and an ecosystem inside and out, but oftentimes equally as importantly, have access to the right parties that can provide you with valuable access. This is oftentimes a differentiator between an ideal and less than ideal outcome. Appreciate everyone tuning in. Keep pushing forward. God bless. We'll see you next week.